Part two. So, welcome back to Money Magnet Monday with Karlene. My tape was kind of cut short, so here's part two. Let me finish up. So, I also had a satisfying feeling that I became a partaker in the continuing of ministry in my local church. Oh, how I used to love, I still love, taking my money to the altar. Now I do it virtually, more often than not, especially, during COVID-19. Um, but it is such a rewarding feeling to be able to give. And the second thing that I did all the time is save. So saving also came easily to me because though my mom never had much, she taught me how to save with the introduction of a bank account long before I ever had my first job. So I probably had a bank account when I was like 5 or something, which is kind of strange, but um, she coached me on how to, use the bank and interact with the bank in the savings realm. So before I became an adult with a myriad of expenses, debt, and home ownership, I would put the majority of my paycheck into the bank so I could save up and buy my first car, right? Which some at that time that was something no one else in my family had done. So I was a pioneer, you know, in that. So I talked about it earlier. I was also a pioneer in attending and graduating college in my family. No one in my immediate family had done that prior to myself. So I also learned um, the principle of paying yourself first, which has stuck with me even until now. And I think that's imperative because you work hard, and we do have to reward ourselves. And so if we pay ourselves first, later on we get to tap into that. There's a cushion between ourselves and life. It gives us, like I said before, some room to breathe. Um, and then the third one, spending. Spending, that one actually was hard for me. Surprisingly so. I mean, it would seem like, I came from somewhere, where I didn't have access to anything. I would go crazy and just spend everything. But in fact, it was quite the opposite for me. Um, and even today, it still kind of remains a bit of a challenge because it doesn't allow me to save as much as I want. Because I'm like, honestly, I could just save my whole paycheck if I didn't have to, have any expenses, or travel. I love to travel and I also travel for work. Um, or now I have two wonderful bundles of joy, who actually dig into my pockets all the time. I could save every penny. So, however, as someone who works smart for my money, um, I want my money to work as smart as I do. Um, I reward myself a bit each month with a line item in my budget that allows me to spend a bit of money as a reward and an encouragement to continue my budgeting journey and to press and persevere towards my monetary goals, those larger things. Okay. So, even though, if you're a heavy spender or a light spender, you want to get with an accountability partner because they will help to save you. They can kind of be like a coach, or they can, someone who's not in your family, um, depending on the relationship that you have with your spouse, that could be a possibility, but you might know what's best. But if you're interested in talking about that more, connect with me. My email's down in the link below. Um, so remember that there are only two ways to live life. Okay? Only two ways. We can either live it by default or we can be intentional and live it by design. Take a look at Proverbs 16 and 9. Okay. Um, so sitting down to budget and give every dollar a name before the next month begins, or I receive an increase of any type, helps me to live by design. Think about that. So as I close, remember the three basic categories for your financial planning: give, save, and spend. You have been tuning into Money Magnet Monday with Karlene. Chat with you soon. If you're interested in talking more, having a conversation about your money, connect with me. Be blessed.